Hey guys, Shadow Angel here. I am doing a tutorial of how to make a clay bunny friendship charm. This is the one I made earlier. It has not been baked yet, but this is what it looks like. Has a little dangling tail. It's pretty plain. But I went ahead and laid everything out so it was already in the form of balls, so it's easier to make. What I'm going to start with is the head. I'm going to kind of flatten it. Move this up. Can y'all still see that? Let's tilt that down some. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is, for the body, I'm going to roll it out into a cylinder and then flatten it. Try and kind of keep it to the cylinder-ish shape, but it's now flat. It has a curve there. Okay. Now, for the rabbit's ears, I'm just gonna make sort of a teardrop-ish shape and then flatten it. Looks like this when it's done. I'm gonna copy that again. Try and get it as close as I can, and then flatten it. Let's see if they're the same. Fix them if they need to. And then I'm gonna chop off the bottom bit of it. Set this aside. That way I can easily smooth them onto the head. I'm going to take this beige color to use as the inside of the ear. Oh, I forgot to mention, this is brown clay, light brown. And the dark brown is going to be for the detail on the eye. Let's see if I can get this in the camera. Around that eye is a beige, but I'm going to do it as black this time, because I'm not black, brown, because the dark bunny didn't really look that good. So I'm going to do a lighter bunny. I might need a little bit more beige because of how the ears are, so I'm going to go grab some now. Okay, take these two and smush them into that. Roll it out in the cylinder, and then cut the cylinder in half. This is how I make sure it's even. Flatten it. The inside of the ear has sort of a rounded tip more than the outside does. And then I'm going to just place it on top of it and squish it down. Just enough that it has a little on the outside. And a little of the brown. And I'm just gonna chop off the bit on the bottom. And do the same for the other ear. This is my first time doing a tutorial for a charm, I have made charms for my friends before, and I've sold a couple sculptures to people at my school. I have not made a tutorial of how to craft any of the stuff I've made before, so this is all new to me, just like me making YouTube videos. Okay, now that the ears are done, let's move on to the feet. The picture I'm using is on my phone. I'm gonna see if I can pull up it. There's just a little snapshot of a cute little bunny. I thought it was adorable. Can y'all see that? I hope y'all can. And I'm going to just make a kind of cylinder and flatten one side. And take the beige, make a cylinder, and then flatten the side. And then connect them. And to make it easier for them to kind of blend together, you just roll them out together. If you want to keep it a certain size, just smush them back. You might have to do that a couple times if they're not sticking. But this is what it looks like when it's done. And that's one of the arms. The arms and the legs are two different sizes of brown clay. The arms, the brown for the arms is the same as the beige for the legs. And the brown is a bit bigger. I'm kind of just fiddling with this because it was a little stiff, and now I'm going to roll it out and then flatten, and then take the little beige and repeat. I love crafting because it's fun, and it's what I've done in the past when I couldn't deal with anything. Like, most people don't know this, but I was bullied a lot in high school and in college. I mean, not college, middle school. If you're wondering, I'm a high schooler. Okay. Legs. It gets a little repetitive sometimes. Getting a phone call went in recording. How dare they? It was just my fiance. I'll let him know I was recording, and then he won't feel so bad that I hang up on him. I told him I was going to be recording today, so still don't see why he called. I've noticed most YouTubers have that issue of getting text messages and phone calls when they're recording. Just making sure they're about the same. Okay. Now, I'm gonna take the body and the head. There. Let me move this down so you see what I'm doing. Let's go this over. Okay. And take one of the feet and sort of just put it right at the base of the bottom and squish it together. I'm gonna blend them later. Then we curve it up. Then we curve the foot at the top down. So it's kind of going like this. Oop, computer's falling asleep. y'all are still able to see this. And repeat again for the other foot. And I do a little extra detail by adding tiny little toes. I think it just makes them look cuter. Okay. Now if you're wondering why the head is still disconnected, then you're about to find out why. Just cut a little bit of the base off, and then a little bit off the head. And just put them together. For this bunny, I'm actually going to make a ribbon to go around the neck. And to do that, I'm going to need my red clay. Just going to take a small little triangle of it, about this big. And then just gonna fiddle with this until it's moldable. Okay. Now, what I do for ribbons is I normally just roll out a little tube of it, and that will be the base of the ribbon. And then I make a bow. First, just gonna take off the corners. What I've noticed for keychains is you don't really need a back for the keychain charms, because they kind of cover themselves. So we're just gonna take this all around the clay till it links up, and then blend that seam where they linked, and just squish it into the crack of the bunny's neck. That way it holds the head to the body. And I'm just gonna make a small little triangle for the bow. That's one. Take a chunk from that, soften it, make another triangle. I tried to keep stuff about the same size, so let's see. About the same size? Yep. Fluffy hair. And that's too big, so put a little bit away. And then I just put a little small cylinder in the center of it. And it makes a cute little bow. And I just put the bow where I want it and squish it down. To give it an extra little bit of detail, I just take my little cutting tool and draw little lines on the bow. And to make it a little more detailed, I will add little curve marks on the little center of the bow. If you notice, I talk with my hands a lot, so sculpting is a little difficult when you're talking. So if I'm quiet, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to focus so I don't mess up. There we go. The little curves marks, if you can see it. Okay, now, front paws. I'm gonna squish the beige so it's kind of flat like a paw, and then bend it. And then add the little toes and squish them a little bit together. If you've ever seen a Nyan cat, the Japanese or the Asian's lucky cat, basically. That's basically what its arm does. So, if that helps explain it better than how I explain it. And I'm just gonna squish the arms to the side, and then make sure paws are curved, and then tilt them in. Then I'm just gonna blend them to the body. If you notice, I haven't done the face yet. That's because I do the faces last. I've noticed that helps keep the face clean, because clay tends to take the colors of other clay that are on your hands. So when I'm dealing with the white, which is for the reflections of the eyes, I leave it until the last part where I can actually wipe my hand. I have tissues by me so I can do that. And it's pretty easy to do. Clay has different baking times. It depends on what brand you're using. I am using regular Sculpey, and it's pretty easy. Just cleaning up a little so I can easily put stuff where they need to be. Okay. Now the body is done, except for the tail. And I was going to do beige for the tail. What I do for the tail is I make a ball, and then I roll out until it has a little curl, like this. See if I can get this in the camera. There we go. And then I just curl that slightly, and then chop extra off. And this will be the tail. If it looks like it's too small, then I just add more. I'm gonna add more because this one needs a kind of big tail, the other one didn't. If you have streaks of different color in it, like the color of the body, it's okay. It makes it look somewhat alive. Because furs have different colors in them, not just one. Okay, tail is done. Move my hair so it doesn't get in the clay. And then I'm gonna attach the ears. For this one, I'm actually gonna curve this one. The other one I curved the right one. And this one I'm actually going to curve a little more, so it goes all the way down. I think curved rabbit ears are just adorable, and makes them look so much cuter. I normally make kawaii stuff, which is cute, adorable, and chibi. I normally try to do dragons or just normal charms, but this time I decided to do animal charms. My friends, they all told me their favorite animals, and I've been making the charms for them. I have a rabbit over here. I mean, not a rabbit, a penguin. She told me her favorite colors, and I turned it into a penguin. I think it looks adorable. I even gave it a little flower. And I think she will like it, hopefully. Okay. For this bunny, however, I'm not gonna do just a regular eye color, like black. I'm gonna do something I think my friend will like. He is a ginger, but my friend Alicia, who is his girlfriend, likes the color blue. And I think I know him too, and he also likes the color blue. So, gonna give him blue eyes. I'm just gonna flatten them out so I can see how big they are compared to the head. That way I know how much to make the circle or cylinder shape to go around the eye. Put it more in the center instead of out on the side. Okay. Oops. Accidentally hit the home screen. Okay. I'm gonna move that and get the brown. Take a bit of it off. I usually use my thumb as a measurement. Make it smaller and roll it into a cylinder and then just squish it. Becomes a little circular or cylinder. And I just put it where it needs to be. And then just plop the eye on and push down so it goes into that clay. And for the other eye, I'm just gonna push it down onto the thing. And now I'm gonna get my tissue and wipe my fingers. Just so I can get the white clay so I can do what I'm gonna do. Also gonna grab a different tool. I'm gonna grab this one and just scrape some clay off. Get a small ball from that. And then I'm gonna take my cutting tool and just cut that in half. And that gives me 2 balls. And then I just place it on the top corner of the eye. Let's get this closer so y'all can see. And then I get smaller bits. So I get a smaller ball. I'm gonna roll into somewhat of a cylinder and then cut in half. This way I can put this tiny bit of clay right on the opposite side on the bottom. And now where the black comes in. Like what I did for the eye, for the white, I'm going to take a small bit and roll it out into a cylinder and cut it in half. This will be the center of the rabbit's eye, or the pupil. I normally wait to do the white until after I do this bit, but I thought it looked cuter. And now for the most adorable part. I love it. I'm actually gonna combine a little bit of white with a little bit of my red to make a pretty color pink. Hopefully not like a hot pink, more like a blush pink. So I can like make the blush marks on the rabbit. And then I'm gonna add a mouth and a nose. Okay. For the blush marks, I only take a small amount of the clay, roll it out in somewhat of a cylinder, and then just place it at the bottom of the eye. For the one with the little brown circle around it, I'm going to place it over the brown. So it looks like that. And now for the nose, just going to take a very small amount of black. Too big. Very small amount of black and just put it there as sort of a dot, and then I'm going to, I use my blade for a lot. This time I'm actually going to use the wire that we're going to put in the center of the rabbit. If I can grab it. There we go. I'm going to draw a little mouth. Okay, let's see. My point tool, because the wire would not actually like draw. And that is the rabbit. Before I add the eye pen wire, you can either buy eye pens or wire. I'm using 20 gauge wire and my pliers. Got these pretty cheap at Walmart. Just gonna bend this until I get a nice little circle. I'm gonna straighten up the wire somewhat. This way it goes through the clay. And just put it in between the ears. And stick it all the way through. If it comes out the front of your rabbit, you pushed it too far forward, then just push it. Take it out and push it a little bit more towards the back. I have to do this a couple times. Or if your wire gets bent, like mine just did, take it out, straighten it up again. Okay. This will make a little hollow mark in your clay, which would probably make it easier to break, but it also makes it easier to put in your wire. I normally have my wire facing towards the outwards, the way I can tilt it more out to finish the circle. See? Got a rabbit on a stick. Rabbit on a stick. I'm just gonna cover up the little gap from where it came up. If you notice that the wire is longer than your rabbit, just cut off a little bit after your finger. If you place your finger on the wire, that way you can make the bottom loop for the tail. Oops, my rabbit turned. Oop. Oh no. Oh no. Look what just happened. Gotta fix it. Luckily with soft clay, it's pretty easy to fix. All fixed. I'm just gonna push that back up and push that into the clay. I'm just gonna take this and curl the loop back down, because I've noticed sometimes my clay becomes very, what's the word? I'm not sure what it's called, but it happens when the wire snaps at the top. So I just tightened up a little bit. I'm gonna take the wire that I cut from that one. I'm actually going to make the same size loop as the top for the loop that you put on a chain. And I'm gonna put a little bit of a tail on that so it looks like this. Let's see, there. That way I can put this into the tail. So you have a loop in your tail. And this wire which is still from that same wire, I'm gonna curve so I can connect them. I'm gonna connect that to that, and put the tail on, and then close it. You've got to be careful when you're closing it because you might accidentally hit the clay or drop the wire. And once it's closed, you can cut the extra wire that was on that off. Let's see if I can grab it so I can do that. I'm just going to unplug my tail so I can. There we go. And I'm just gonna put this back into the tail. And that is the rabbit. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked it. And bye.